welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. This time we're going to be talking about a Scotch. Yeah, actually. We're going to be talking about Scoresby. You can see that it's very rare. And we'd like to make the joke that it's so rare, you could buy it in a Walmart. So we're going to cover that topic of very rare right off the bat and get that out of the way. The very rare does not equate to the ability to find it or how much it's made. It's really down to their type of scoring system of the quality of the Scotch. Now again, it's not very rare because people say you can buy it just about everywhere, including Walmarts. But the very rare is also the same kind of way you talk about the VS in cognac. The VS stands for very special, and then they accumulate letters as they go up in quality, or so they say, quote unquote quality. But enough about the cognac. Let's get back to what matters, the Scotch. So this is a blended Scotch whiskey. Again, this is another Sazerac product. So of course it's being shipped into the States and then bottled in Kentucky. I'll give you a quick look. There's nothing really on the back to speak of. So again, we have the plastic jug. Some decent Scotches do come in plastic jugs, and I'm not really fine with that. So once I've decided that I want to rebuy one of these bottles and it's in a plastic jug, I will just simply transfer it into my own decanter or something like that. I just have a thing against plastic. But let's move on. So it is a blended Scotch. It is a Sazerac product. It is shipped into the States and bottled in Kentucky. Mr. Randy paid $23 for this 1.75 handle. It does come at 40%, which is 80 proof, which is pretty good. It's not overpowering. It's not really too weak. But with that, let's get a pour on, shall we? What are we waiting for? Yeah. Oopsie. There you go. So this to me seems like it's a little bit lighter than the Inverhouse. Inverhouse is just slightly darker than this one. It looks like a pretty light, maybe not a light straw, maybe just a regular straw. So now let's see if we get some legs. Legs, yeah. She's got legs. We got a runner. Let's get under the nose. That is not bad. And especially when you compare it to Inverhouse, it's a lot better. It's not overpowering. It doesn't want to give me a headache. The ethanol has taken a couple of steps down. Yeah. So it's kind of a conundrum. So I am going to put this nose on the lower end, but I do not mean that it's not bad. I mean, not saying that it's bad. It's just not punching me in the face. I don't get. Somebody said, I'm not going to say it in this one. If you've watched the other review, you know what I was going to say. I'm not going to say it because I hope you watching this don't get it stuck in your head. There's honey. There's pretty good. Honey is prominent. A light fruit. Can't quite pick out what fruit, but like something out of a syrup cocktail. A little bit of caramel, absolutely. It's not really something profound, but it's relatively nice. I mean, it's not overbearing. It's not offensive. It's not horrible or disgusting. It's nice. It's on the lower end, so we'll put it on the lower end, and it's a nice, but let's get it on the palate. Okay, the palate is much different. The palate does not match the nose at all, except the honey. There's a little bit of honey, but it's hiding behind the overpowering spice. So I'm going to put this palate on the mid section. It's not too strong, but I tell you what, you go from the nose to the palate, it's a lot. It's more. It's like a couple steps up. Okay, now here's where it gets good. Now, as some of my whiskey tuber pals have said, where Scotch really shines is in the finish. So the finish is much better than both the nose and the palate combined. The nose will fool you. The palate slap you across the face a little bit, wake you up. The finish, I'm gonna put it in the midsection. There's some kind of the finish. It's light. Some caramel, some honey. As it starts to cool down, it starts to lay off a little bit. Things start to settle, and you start being able to pick things apart. The finish really gets you on the tip and the sides, not so much the top and the back of the tongue. It's moderate, but the problem with it, it's hanging around a little too long without having anything to benefit. So it is a sort of a moderate length of a finish, just nothing you wished it would hang around for. It's kind of one of those ones like, hey, party's over, it's time to go. So let's put a score on it, shall we? So Mr. Randy's going to score Scoresby, very rare blended Scotch whiskey, 3 out of 5. I think that's fair. Do you think that's fair? I think 3 out of 5 is fair. If you've tried Scoresby, tell me, what do you think? What would you give it? A 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5? You better not tell me you give it a 5 out of 5, my friend, because I'm going to have to send you something else. So I paid $23 for this bottle. Yeah, I paid a lot more for this body, but that's not what we're talking about today. My fair price, $15? $15. I probably would shell out 15 clams for this, so that definitely gets you into my last part, the buy again. Would I buy this again? Maybe. Under certain circumstances, this might actually fit the bill, but probably not. I probably won't buy this again. Like I said, they've been doing a lot of sales. A lot of bottles have dropped in prices lately. If you see that happening in your area, and you go to several different bottle stores or whatnot, packages, whatever, if you see the prices fluctuating, tell me in the comments. Do you see your prices fluctuating? Are they going up or are they going down? I'm seeing a lot of drops on prices. I'm seeing sometimes up to 50%. Some of these distilleries and some of these stores that have direct connects with the distilleries, and they have their own special little edition of whatever it is, they are dropping these lines, and they're discontinuing. So I'm seeing a lot of discontinued bottles out there. So if you see any kind of trends or whatnot, why don't you drop me a line? So yeah, I am Mr. Randy with Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. You have a good one.